everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics, and today I'm responding to the Comic Collector Geek's top 10 books I acquired this year. This has been a long and fruitful year. I have started my channel, I have gone to 7 or 8 shows, I got a lot of books from, and of course I was trading with a few people, and I got some books given to me as AOKs. All of this adds up to I picked out what I think are the best books I acquired in 2024. Now, these books are in no particular order. They are also not the most expensive books that I bought this year necessarily. These are things that I acquired this year that I simply thought I liked the best. For the simple fact that, as I said, I've got them all from different sources, and I just wanted to share the best books that I feel I got in 2024. There are a lot of certain age and certain character here. That's because I do tend to collect that way. It's considering I didn't start my channel till the end of May. I was collecting in the first part of the year mostly for myself. So, without further comment or craziness, let's begin. This is one that I got early in the year and I was very happy to get. This is Conan number 23, the first appearance of Red Sonja. Now, one of the reasons I was happy to get it is it's one of the most expensive books of the run. I got it for a deal. And quite simply, it's in great shape. I really should probably think about getting it slabbed if I was of that inclination. It's at least a 6.5 to 7. But I simply like this book a lot, and I'm going to continue with it over the course of my lifetime. I'm very happy to have that one. There are only 2 other books that are very expensive from Conan I need to get. Unfortunately, number 1 is going to be the hardest. Next up is, again, one I'm happy to get this year. It is a new book. It is only about 2 months old at the time of this recording. This came from this year, Superman 19. And the reason I like this book so much is because I really, really like the story. There were 2 characters in it that were mixed into one that I thought was absolutely awesome. And this is a book, if you haven't picked it up and read it, you really should. Especially if you're a fan of irony and you like twists and turns. So you could say, what a twist. This was a great one. Yes, Lois has superpowers in this, but they're only temporary. They're going to go away soon. The next book I got was an AOK from my friend Cali Comics. When he found out that I did not have the first appearance of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in comics, he very, very graciously sent me a copy of this. This is Dark Horse Presents Annual 1 from 1998. And I was so blown away to have this because Buffy is probably my favorite character of all time across all mediums. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie, is hilarious. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show, is something I can watch over and over and over again. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer comics have been some of the best written comics from from both the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was what got me back into comic books after 15 years. The next one is a book that I recently acquired. Again, I got an amazing deal for it. This is Batman 189, first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow, or if you'd like to call it, the first appearance of the Scarecrow of Earth 1. The Scarecrow only made 2 appearances in the Golden Age. This is only his real third appearance overall. He was not a very popular villain to begin with. It's almost like, well, who do we have left? Who we haven't overkilled, and that's what they did, and they pulled it out. Next book is a favorite of mine because the character is a favorite of mine. It's not the biggest, most expensive book I got this year, but it's one of the most fun. This is Son of Satan #1. It was his first solo book, and I am glad to have it. I've always liked demonic characters, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or, like a Ghost Rider. Some of the demons that, like the three demons that, off the top of my head, Gast is one of them. I don't remember the other two's names, but that they fight the Justice League. They're hidden the bell and some other objects, a wheel or whatever. I don't remember the details, but I do remember really liking that story when I read it. And I read it, of course, in a reprint at the time, but I think in one of those showcase collections I've got it, but no, it's neither here nor there. The Son of Satan, my favorite Marvel character, probably. Up there with Invisible Woman for sure. The next book I was thrilled to get. Why? Because this was the last book I needed to complete a run. This is Adventure Comics 327, which was the last book I needed to finish my adventure run from 300 to 380 of the Legion. Now, there are other adventure comics with the Legion in it, but none of them were consecutive like this. And that's going to be my next big goal from the Silver Age, is to get all those, especially 247. We all know what that is. Adventure 247, first appearance of Legion. This next one was an A-OK from my friend Nate at Hall Yeah Comics. I love this book because of the Supergirl horse cover, and this is Action Comics 293. And it is the origin of Comet the Super Horse, and this is when we find out he was originally a centaur who was in love with Circe, who was in love with him, and and some evil guy got involved, and you know that's never good when there's a love triangle and magic. Thank you, Nate. By the way, Callie, thank you for that book too. This is another one. It's taken me almost the whole year to find it, but I'm glad to have found it. This is Action Comics 334, the first 80-page giant of Supergirl. This has a lot of her first appearances in it. First appearance of the horse, first appearance of the cat, first romance, Cave Girl of Steel. Her first appearance is reprinted in here as well. As much as people comment about 80-page giants being reprints, it still was a nice way to get a hold of stories that you may not have gotten a hold of a few years back, because you may have, if you came out at the time, you may not have been into comics then and missed these stories. So here was a good chance to get them. Now, the next book was one that I was chasing for years. You might say it was my white whale. This is Adventure Comics 332, Superboy and the Super Moby Dick of Space, which is hilarious because it's Lightning Lad that has the problem with the Moby Dick. Superboy can't get near it because of the kryptonite this creature has eaten over the years. It took me so long to get this book. It was one that I wanted like forever. I had it as a kid, and then it got wrecked because kids are kids. I read this one to death, and looking for another copy has literally taken me the entire time. Every time I had one, it would get taken out of my cart, and I know that sounds like a certain person we know, but that is actually the truth. It took me a long time to win an auction, or in this case, actually find the darn book at my comic shop and get it sent to me. Now, this is the actual 10th book. I'm going to go a little past 10. This is the first appearance of the Parasite, Action Comics 340. I got this earlier in the year, and I got it just after I started doing the channel. And it is the basis on why I did my Parasite video, because getting this, I was like, all right, let's see what else we can do. Let's get some use out of it. It's not just a cool first appearance of a major villain. It is also a go-go check cover, and you cannot go wrong with go-go check covers. The last big book that I'm going to show you in terms of things that was really awesome to get this year. This was another AOK from my friend Steven Gentner. This is Superman 199, and it's the race between Superman and the Flash. And I show this all the time because it is one of my favorite books of all time. And everybody has a book or two that they're, no matter what, they will always go back to, and they're so happy to have. Well, this is one of mine. Because Steven was so nice to send me this, I passed on my old copy to Biggie Shack. And so now we both have copies, and I get to spread the love more of this particular book. And the last one that I got this year that I'm extremely proud of to get, this one represents 11 books. Did you really think we were going to do a video about this year without including one of these? Anyway, in the comments below, I'd like to see and hear what you got this year that you were very proud of. If there is nothing more that I could say, I want everybody to be proud of what they've put together. Doesn't matter how rich or poor you are or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of nowhere or in the middle of Toronto and what your access to books are. If you put it together, you've done something great. Because every comic book collection is unique, and it's to the person that's collected it. I have had a great year so far. Well, half year in terms of, it's been slightly more than half a year that I've been doing this, but I've really enjoyed doing this and bringing this to people. So please like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any thing you want to say. If there was anything you liked this year or didn't like, let me know. Let me have it, as they say. But I really want to know what people got and what they've said in their comments. Because this is one of those challenges, you can do your own video, put in the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge, tag Alan at Comic Collector Geek with the little @ sign in the YouTube, and he'll be able to see your video, and he'll be able to comment on what he sees. I hope that I have a great 2025 in terms of collecting, and I hope you have a great 2025 in collecting, and I hope you've all had a great 2024 like I did. My name is Matt, and I like comics, and I hope you do too. Thanks, everyone.